join me today as I share what my weekly cleaning routine in the kitchen looks like. So first thing I'm going to do is prepare a cup of coffee before I start the day of cleaning my kitchen. So the day begins like this. I put all the dishes from breakfast away in the dishwasher, and I'm pretty sure I started the dishwasher as well. I'm not quite sure, but once the dishwasher is full, I obviously put it on, and I then move on to the shelves because this gets a bit dirty, so there's like flour and all of that kind of stuff on here, so I'm just moving everything to the side and wiping the shelves. To the other shelf. I don't do the shelves above this because they are very rarely touched. Maybe once a month I will, but not every week because it is too high. I move on to the toaster and the jug, blender, and all of that stuff. I clean these weekly as well. The toaster gets filled with crumbs, and since I've got this white color, they do get a bit dirty and you can see a little bit of dust on them, so I do wipe everything out as well. And then I wipe the bench that stores them. wipe everything that this little area houses, and that includes the knives. I wipe it, I pull all the knives out, and then I go ahead and put all of those things back. This is another thing I do once a week. I wipe the KitchenAid stand mixer. I make a lot of bread and bake a lot, so it does get lots of flour everywhere. I try to do all of these every week to keep on top of things and to maintain the cleanliness and tidiness in the space that I use the most. The kitchen is where I spend majority of my time, and I do love that. But that means that since it's the place that I use the most, it's the place that gets dirty the most. I crave to cultivate a loving kitchen, a loving home for our family, hence why I want to maintain the tidiness in this space, because I feel like tidiness means peace. This round charcuterie, I think is what it's called, board, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I thought that looked really good with the soda stream and the coffee grinder, so I did put it there. I then go ahead and wipe all of the drawers, because all of these gets dirty with a toddler running around. Most of the time when I'm making bread, I tend to touch things with my hands that's covered in dough. So these do get dirty with a toddler and also with someone who uses the kitchen a lot. Some of the onions I had to throw away because they were rotten, and then I'm putting all the ones that were okay to use back in the container. I spilled some coffee grind in this drawer while trying to empty it in the compost, so here I am cleaning it up. I don't do this every week because there's usually not a lot of mess here. It's only the coffee grind that I spilled that one time. The other thing that gets really dirty because it's used once a day, and again, a toddler running around, is the dishwasher. I actually do this almost every day, but I do go ahead and deep clean it once a week with a spray. That's what I do. I wipe it with wet cloth, and then I go ahead and spray it with my multi-purpose cleaner, and then I wipe it with a dry tea towel. Usually on the day that I'm cleaning, that tea towel gets used for most things, and then I put it in the laundry. My worms are not yet ready for a lot of compost, so I'm just feeding them a handful a day or whenever they get hungry. So I do still use the compost bin, and I probably will still use the compost bin. I mean, I don't think I can feed the worms as much as what I could put in the compost bin. I am putting some compost in my sub pod, feeding my worms that way, and most of our compost still goes to the compost bin. The next thing is cleaning the fridge. I do this the day before grocery day, so this whole thing is before grocery day. It's just to restart, to take inventory of things that we need. This one was a pretty light fridge clean. Once a month I do a deep clean. The day before I go to Costco and get a big haul, I do tend to deep clean the fridge, where I pull everything out out and wipe everything, or even put them in the sink and wash them thoroughly that way. I tend to wipe the door of the fridge a few times a week, because with a toddler, it gets dirty. I then deep clean the oven/stove area. I scrub it with my dishwash liquid, and then after that I wipe it with a wet cloth, and then I spray it with a multi-purpose cleaner with a dry tea towel as well. And then I wipe the drawers as well and the oven, because all of these things get used a lot throughout the week, so they need a reset once a week. I am in a season of life where I tend to feel overstimulated, and I feel like I am being called to slow down, to do things with gentle hands, to take my time in everything that I do. It's just such a busy season right now with a newborn and a toddler. A lot of the times when I feel like I'm getting irritated very quickly, it usually means that I am doing too much, and that calls for slow living. Anyway, I finished the day by sweeping and then vacuuming after that. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video, and I hope to see you all in my next one.